I'm Jocelyn, and I'm back again to go over how to avoid cross-contamination in your kitchen, but this time with the more common no-nos, right? The common habits, the common mistakes that we might be doing with our everyday habits. So right off the bat, if you remember last time I talked about cleaning your surfaces, cleaning all your kitchen products and items, right? Before using. You want to sanitize your kitchen before bringing in food, right? But also, a common mistake that we might be doing is we're not washing our hand towels. If you have hand towels in your kitchen, that's fine. But make sure to wash them often, because most of the time we don't think about it, right? For us, it's more like a napkin. So we'll be cooking, and with those raw juices and germs, we'll use the towel to wipe it off, and then we leave the towel there and don't think about washing it right off the bat. We'll leave it there for the week and keep reusing the towel. So we don't want to do that. Make sure to wash your hand towels as soon as possible. Another one is, let's say you're cooking, you have a skillet or you're grilling. You don't have a grill, so imagine there's a grill. But what we'll do is we'll bring a plate with our raw meat, you put it to cook, clean it or replace it, so when you're pulling it off, you have a clean dish. You don't want to use the same plate. So wash and replace your dishes, especially after it's touched raw meat. You remember we talked about using your food thermometer. Make sure you're cooking to the right temperature. Well, another thing you gotta do is clean it. So let's say you check, right? You're checking your meat for it to be cooked at the right temperature. And you check and it's not there yet. And that's okay. Well, as soon as you pull it out, clean it. Don't re-stick it later on without being cleaned, because once you stick it in and pull it out, all the meat juices is already on there, so you don't want to contaminate it when you're putting it back in. Another thing that you need to do, we talk about food separation, separating your meats and your produce. Well, we talked about doing while you're cooking. You also got to do it while you're shopping. So when you're at the grocery store, you want to make sure your food items are separated too, right? Make sure your produce is in one end and your raw meats are in another. Don't mix them, because again, the meat juices can touch on and contaminate. So you want to separate in your basket, and when you check out, you want to separate in your grocery bag. So you want one bag for fresh produce and one bag for your meats, and make sure they're separated, right? So separate in the shopping cart and separate it in your grocery bags. And you also want to separate when you're going and take it home, right? When you're putting stuff away in your refrigerator. So let's pretend that this basket is like the racks in your refrigerator, right? So out of habit, or maybe because you're in a rush, because life happens, we just put items in the refrigerator wherever, and that's okay. But always make sure your produce is on top and not at the bottom. So for example, let's say you put your produce in the bottom of your racks in the refrigerator, and you put your meats on top, the raw meats. Well, those packages aren't always sealed right, so sometimes the packages can leak, and all that raw juices can mix with your produce, and we don't want that. So always put your raw meats in the bottom and your produce on top, so we can avoid cross-contamination. Those are some common quick tips of how to avoid cross-contamination. For more information, especially on this one, how to store your produce in your fridge, visit the Dinner Tonight website. But we have more information of how to avoid cross-contamination on the Dinner Tonight website, and also visit and like all our social media platforms. Thanks for watching. Bye.